gone through the things where we'd been close and we'd knock on the door, but we never knocked it in, and we finally did.
Intercepted by the Oakland Raiders. Willie Brown at the 30, 40, 50. He's going all the way.
Of all the games I ever coached in my life, it was the greatest feeling in the world. There was nothing that can beat it.
John Madden goes on the shoulders of his players.
And it's something you have until the day you die. I mean, you're always a Super Bowl champion. I was never going to coach any other team than the Raiders.
He was lined up on the left side on his 1st and 10.
Here's a first down pass play down the middle to go, and it's there. That's Deshaun Jackson tiptoeing for the touchdown. They look down the sideline and they say he did not step out. And the Raiders are in position with that penalty to win the game. They're in field goal range for sure, as both teams have so much on the line with one kick. Here we go, this time for real, and it is delivered. Good. The Raiders win it.
Yes, the Raiders come up a winner on Thanksgiving afternoon. 36-33.
11th play of this drive for the Raiders is a 3rd and goal from the Cleveland 6. Carr throwing back shoulder. Edwards goes up and makes the catch. Touchdown Raiders. 5 to 10 to get into Carlson's range. Pressure coming on 1st down. Carr on the move. Zay Jones has it. With a chance to win it. How about this pressure on Carlson? Las Vegas is still alive. 16-14 as Carlson hits the game winner.
I went all the way. Oh, you ran 3 miles.
See him on this side. He comes all the way across. Keeps working. Finally gets to Drew Lock and puts him on the ground.
Good job, y'all. Let's go. Fine.
From just outside the 10. Carr looking left, throwing left, corner to the end zone. It is caught. Did he get down in time? Hunter Renfrow.
Opening series of the 2nd half. Now it's Barber turn. Daylight dives over the top. Jackpot, baby. There we go.
On 3rd and 2, Carr going to throw it. Lofting it. Wide open. He's got his man. That is Moreau. 1st down.
They're not running the football.
They're running it down 8 and 7. That's the record for the Las Vegas Raiders in a hard-fought game here at Allegiant Stadium.
We're here to talk to you guys. What's up, Raider Nation? The SoCal Raider Report. I am your host with the most, Raider Earn. Coming back to you. It's been a while. Guys.
Too long.
But, we've suffered a lot. We've gone through it. Now we're on the other side. We're ready to go. So what do you guys want to talk about first? You want to tackle Madden Mountain? You want to tackle the Colts?
Well, I say, we got to talk about one of the greatest coaches in history of NFL first.
Let me put my sunglasses. I'm going to start crying.
Yeah, one of the founding fathers who was founded by the godfather of all godfathers, Al Davis.
John Madden was a brilliant coach. He's a loyal friend, a Raider.
So we got to talk about John Madden, who passed away. One of the greatest sports figures of all time. Not just when you think about football. I think if you think NFL, NBA, baseball, John Madden has made a lasting impact on football more than anybody. So, it was hard to see. Obviously, he lived a great life. It's not like he died young. He was 85 years old.
85-year-old's good life.
Yep, watching all these speeches, and then obviously when you start watching people talk about him, you go back and watch videos of him. You see that Hall of Fame speech. You see Al Davis introducing him for the Hall of Fame speech.
It's always great to come back to the Hall of Fame. Today is a very emotional and inspirational experience for me to present the great John Madden into the enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. John Madden, a brilliant coach, a a loyal and trusted friend, a Raider. His record is self-explanatory. 103 victories in 10 years is unparalleled.
Man, I was ready to go play 6 quarters today. I can't wait till Saturday. I tell you what, if our head coach Rich is not showing that speech before the game on Sunday, then he's missing something, because I was ready to walk through a wall after seeing that.
Boom, you hit him. I mean, that's boom, boom, right to the ground.
Well, I think if you ever heard about, I was trying to make a comparison. I was more of a baseball kid growing up, but Tommy Lasorda was a great coach of the Los Angeles Dodgers for years, and then he ended up becoming they gave him the title, the ambassador of baseball.
And if I ever did, I certainly wouldn't make him throw at a fucking 130 hitter like LaFay or fucking Bavacqua, who could hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat.
I think of Coach Madden in the same way, right? He was definitely a Raider great.
Madden is on the field. He wants to know if it's real. They said yes. Get your big butt out of here. He does.
Led us to a Super Bowl championship.
And the victory catapulted Madden's team to the top of the NFL.
And he looks and throws. Intercepted by the Oakland Raiders. Willie Brown at the 30, 40, 50. He's going all the way. Old man Willie.
With patience and faith, Madden coached his team to its greatest prize.
I think he 10 seasons or something like that. I think it was 10 consecutive seasons with the Raiders. I could be mistaken.
His 103 victories in 10 years of head coaching parallels the best in the history of the game.
I mean, if you really think about it beyond that, he's synonymous with NFL and football. You think of NFL football, you think of watching it on Thanksgiving.
Nick Stockton with John Madden.
Hi, everybody. I'm Vin Scully, along with John Madden. Pat Summerall here with John Madden.
For 30 years, John Madden was the beloved dean of football analysts.
I mean, think of all just what he meant to the game as well. I mean, come on. There's, millions upon millions of young people, or even old people. Shit, it came out when I was a youngster. What game are they playing, bro? What football game are they playing? On all the game systems, they're playing Madden, right? And I think there's a reason for that. So yeah, I think that he is much bigger. And trust me, I'm all about the Raider Nation. But if you think about it, that was a blow to the entire football fan base in general, because he was, like say, bigger than life. So rest in peace to him. And honestly, man, you're talking about hit after hit after hit to the Raider Nation, man. I mean, they just keep on coming. But guess what? We're still here, freaking 8-7, and all knotted up, with the Chargers as far as records are concerned. I hope this lights a fire up under our asses, and we come out here and win the rest of these 2 games. And then let's see how far we can go into playoffs. I think that would be fitting in the memory of Coach Madden.
Yeah, I think that your comparison with Tommy Lasorda is probably the best comparison I can think of, Mike. Tommy went beyond the Dodgers. I mean, he was a Dodger. He bled blue.
And I guarantee you this: when I pitched, and I was going to pitch against a fucking team that had guys on it like Bavacqua, I sent a fucking limousine to.
He's with the big Dodger blue in the sky right now. But
right.
He was a Dodger, but he was bigger than the Dodgers, and that's what Madden was. I mean, he was a Raider to his core, but after he's done coaching the Raiders, he took it to another level, and great for the NFL, continue to be great for the NFL. And to your point, hey, we got to use this as motivation. We keep taking hits, and to be in the spot that we're in right now after everything we've been through, I mean, we're as Raider fans, we are more critical of our team more than anybody, right? We can talk shit as much as we want about the Raiders, but when somebody else talks shit about the Raiders, okay, we got problems now. We can talk shit because we know that we're Raiders at heart, want to do well. We can be winning 49-0, give up a touchdown and talk shit because we gave up a touchdown. So, I like to win. A lot of these so-called Raider fans are sitting there and pissed off that we barely won. I don't give a shit, dude. We won by 1. We win by 40. We won the game, and I don't care if it's the defense. I don't care if it's Derek Carr. I don't care who you want to give credit to. It's a team sport. And I was telling Raider Little Joe, you know, the NFL, for better or worse, the quarterback gets too much glory and too much blame. And the reality is there's 22 players on the field, offensive, defense, and that's what wins the game when you play as a team. So I'm happy with the wins. And, hey, looking forward to this week, this Sunday night.
Well, if we continue playing how we did against the Browns or we did against the Broncos, we're going to lose against the Colts and we're going to lose against the Chargers. So we need to step up. If our only chance right now is if we have Darren Waller playing, then we're not a playoff team. You know, if it considers on one person joining the team, then and if we don't have him, we're not going to make it, then we're not a playoff team.
Yeah, we won the last two without Darren Waller. So, yeah, to Raider Joe Jr.'s point, the Colts are much better than, you know, I feel the Colts are a much better team than the Broncos and the Browns. I think, you know, it's going to be a fun game to watch. I mean, our defense really stepped up against a really solid running football team like the Broncos.
And to Gordon, big hole. No, nice tackle on that left side. Nothing doing. Going to hand to Gordon to run on that side to the 5, and it was crushed. It was crushed by the Raiders.
But you want to talk about a solid running football team. You look at the Colts. That dude's a beast that runs their ball. So we'll see how we stack up against them this coming up Sunday.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor's leading the NFL in rushing yards.
Now, look, at the time of recording, we don't really know what's the COVID situation. You know, things are in flux. But I just want to circle back to Madden real quick. You know, my thoughts on Madden real quick. You know, to me, Madden was a figure that we would watch. Me and Joe, your dad, would watch these videos, these NFL Films videos over and over again. So we would see Madden as a figure in the Raiders' history, in the Raiders' lore, as like a winner, a champion, you know, winning that first Super Bowl. And then to know that he was like a broadcaster and he was part of the Raiders just kind of gave me some security in the fact that the Raiders were an elite franchise. Growing up, to me, I knew that he was part of it. I never watched him coach a game. I mean, I grew up under the era of Flores, you know, Joe too. I don't know about you, Mike, but you know, we're at the age where we didn't see him we didn't watch him win the Super Bowl, but we knew he was probably one of the greatest coaches of all time, the way he went out. And I remember he was kind of like Gruden. It was like, is he going to come back? Will he come back? You know, through the 80s, remember, Joe?
Yep.
Will he come back to coach the Raiders? Because when, you know, Tom Flores was gone, people were like, what are the Raiders going to do? He never came back. Maybe Gruden should have never came back. What do you guys think? The thing that sucks, and this is what hurts, is that John Gruden's life parallels John Madden's in a lot of ways. And nobody in the media wants to touch John Gruden right now. It's so sad, but we're going to touch upon it because there's some unfinished business there, fellas. With Gruden, I'm sorry, it was a hit job. I'm going to say it till the day.
Yeah, of course. There's over 600,000 emails, and they decided to show the only few that John Gruden sent.
Right. Imagine.
Yeah. Look, you guys said it all. We've highlighted this guy, man. He's just a legend and a doggone Raider great, a football great. But man, you know what I'm always going to remember him too is anytime I'm eating turkey on Thanksgiving, I'm going to remember Madden.
And you see, you cut it like right down here. See, and then this is what it looks like inside.
Because he was so famous for just anytime you were watching the Thanksgiving before the game started, man, he was up there talking about the turkey, and then
because here's a picture of one. Turducken. Yeah.
And then they had this the last few years, maybe the last decade. He had this where it's like a turkey and a duck and a chicken. What was it called?
Because what it is, it's a deboned chicken stuffed in a deboned duck stuffed in a deboned turkey with dressing between the chicken and the duck and the turkey.
Turducken or something like that.
Turducken?
Yeah.
I think it's a turducken.
It is a turducken, but I got to show you how to. I can't show you. I need fresh turducken.
Turducken. I think it's like turducken or something. But I remember.
Chicken?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, man, and I'm losing it, bro. I'm just like, and then I'm like, I need to try that shit. I need to try to make that concoction one of these days. Maybe for this coming Thanksgiving, I'll do that in his honor, man. And maybe we'll do something like that and have a little podcast, something cool like that.
The dude was the voice of the NFL. When growing up, he was the voice of Monday Night Football. He was the guy you wanted to listen to, and he's the guy that you think about back in the day football, John Madden's voice. And you know what? To Raider Ern's point, obviously we didn't follow the Raiders when he was coaching us. We were 4 years old on his last year of coaching, but it's it makes us feel proud. It makes me feel proud to know that even though we weren't alive when he coached, we were alive when he was the greatest broadcaster in the history of the NFL, and to know his history, start learning his history of the Raiders, and to hear him say the Raiders are the only team he would ever coach.
I was never going to coach any other team than the Raiders.
That's badass, dude.
Exactly.
And it makes me feel proud, dude.
The last thing I was going to say, that Mark Davis's comment straight up was just, he was a Raider.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Oh yeah. And then my most, not the most, but another thing that keeps sticking out in my mind. And I stopped playing video games, guys. Like, I'm not one of these dudes that's like I'm 44, going to be 45 next month. Bro, I honestly haven't touched football or video games since I was a youngster. And I'm talking a youngster. But I remember I was at my cousin's house playing Madden. And, this was decades ago. I was still a youngster, a teenager. And I still remember, when you're playing the game, it's his voice that's commentating. And when you put the hit on someone, he just says some funny shit, man. Like, you'll fill that one tomorrow. He'll fill that one tomorrow. That shit's funny, bro. I love it, man. So anyways, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Coach.
That's right. And he is, brother. You got so many people that loved him. I tell you, like I said earlier, me and Ray Little Joe were watching the Hall of Fame induction of John Madden, hearing what Al Davis says about him.
John Madden, a brilliant coach, a loyal and trusted friend, a Raider. He loved the game. He loved his team. He loved the Raiders. He loved this league, and you can see it today in everything he does with his games and his TV work.
You can't say enough about the guy. And you know what? Just to think about it, like, he was 32 years old, and Al Davis had that vision for him, and he knew that he had it. And to Raider Ern's point, that's the same vision Al Davis had for Gruden, man. And you know what? We're in different times right now. I don't give a crap what anybody says. The Raider Nation will accept Gruden back regardless. And if you don't, then you got no skeletons in your closet, and everybody does. So
chains.
Right. I don't know. I don't know if that'll happen. I can't see it happening, but if it does, I'm not against it, man. And you know what? We see it now. The discipline that he brought to the team is the way we were, we were what, 5-2. We lost the bullshit game to the Bears. But disregard that. It was all in flux right there when that shit happened.
Charger game was a tough game.
Yeah.
But they won't bring him back.
Regardless, you see the players, right? And I said it earlier. You see the players. He got hated on for all those draft picks, and Leatherwood. You see the improvement that he's happening. You saw what happened this last game. Shit, our offensive line killed it for our team. Jacobs was running like a madman, and you didn't see that all year. And that's from just the improvement of the offensive line and improvement of the players. Jonathan Abrams, we started seeing it. Unfortunately, he got hurt, but you could see it already.
What's he gonna do?
You could see it already, right? And
all guts, no glory.
I tell you who's quickly becoming my favorite Raider. Trayvon Moehrig right there. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite Raiders in the backfield. He just looks perfect in that Raider jersey and a ball hawk out there. And you know what? He impacts the game more than we think right now. Not necessarily from a stat standpoint, but he's all over the place. And like I said earlier, maybe the only one that we can really where the big miss was Damon Arnett.
On everything I love, you talking crazy.
And not necessarily because he's not a player, because they knew that he had a history of some thuggish shit, and they still went with him, and now we have to deal with it. But other than that, all the other players that they drafted, man, I mean, they got some diamonds in the rough. I mean, think about Max Crosby in the 3rd round. You think about, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with Cleve Farrell? I guess that's another miss, probably.
I mean, even if we were getting Arnett, we were able to get Nate Hobbs, and Nate Hobbs was still a draft. We got him late, but he's probably one of the best performers.
I think that's, I guess that can be the knock on Gruden, on the Gruden Mayock era, is that they're really good at finding diamonds in the rough. Their first round draft picks are the ones where we really got to look at, and you know, that maybe the first round draft picks are the one that just take a little more longer to develop, because they see that greatness. You know,
I mean, everyone's gonna take time to develop. Like, look at Henry Ruggs. You know? We had him, and right now, like before that whole incident happened, he was becoming one of the best RB1s. You know, he was our best deep threat that you could have, and then the whole thing happened, and we lost him. We had to get Deshaun Jackson, who's not showing. You know, he's not being as good as Ruggs was, but
anyway, let's get into the Colts game, guys.
Yeah. All right. So we got the Colts coming. COVID everywhere. We don't know who's playing. We don't know who's in, who's out. All I know is the car better be in a bubble.
Yeah, and we know that they changed the COVID rules as soon as Carson Wentz gets COVID.
Yeah, all of a sudden. And then nobody's saying that. All of a sudden, the one game.
Yeah, they changed it from 10 days to 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, and nobody wants to talk about how they moved the game on us just to help the Browns, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the first time they broke all the rules. Now they're doing it again. And at this point, nobody in Raider Nation is surprised. We just got to go with what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We were going to play them anyway. Who cares? But, yeah, it's ridiculous how it's going on. It makes the league look, you know, to me, it makes the league look like phony. I don't believe anything the NFL says, anything. It's like WWE status, but
Let me tell you something, Gino. Can you out here talking about a click?
At this point, we're still rooting for Hulk Hogan. You know,
Hulk Hogan.
I mean, we want the Raiders to win. And what do you guys think? Do we have any chance? Are they going to let us win this game, or are we just kidding ourselves? What do you guys think?
I think we have a chance of winning this game. Our defense has been showing really good against the run lately. And, I mean, our offense has been looking really, really bad. But, you know, lucky number 13, and hopefully we have 83 on the field.
That's my dude.
Yeah, I think we have a chance. I think that but reality is we have a chance to lose and we have a chance to win. I mean, this is the NFL. Anything can happen. So
last year, what happened? We played them.
Yeah. Yep. I think ultimately we got to come to play, right? And take whatever motivation you can from Madden, and go out there and execute what we can. And offensively, look, here's the deal. Offensively, we could say we've looked bad and we've made mistakes. The reality is, you know, we're moving the damn ball. We just got to stop the damn turnovers, dude. If you take the turnovers away, that Bronco game is another blowout, dude. So, but obviously, to what Raider Mike likes to always say, you can't do that, right? I mean, it is what it is. We had 3 turnovers. You can't take it back. But looking at the execution of the offense, you know, from a play-by-play standpoint, and as I rewatch the game, you know, right after the game, I'm thinking, damn, fucking Carr, dude, I can't believe him. Or Jacobs, dude, what the fuck is he, you know, fumbling for? But if you rewatch it, these guys are executing, and they just got it. They can't make those mistakes. You can make the mistakes against the Broncos, but you make it at home in Indianapolis against the Colts, you're getting blown out next week. So you got to, as long as we win the turnover battle, you know, we control the ball, defense continues to improve like we've seen. You know, I'm loving our chances. I think there's going to be an extra motivation for us from a Madden standpoint. I know we're using that as motivation, because how could you not, right? How could you not if one of the greats passed away? And you know, I don't see us losing. I don't see us losing this week, and everybody's counting us out, and I don't see us losing.
Yeah, ultimately, if a fully healthy Colts team versus a fully healthy Raiders team, it should be a Raiders team game to lose. Like, there's nothing standing in our way. We should definitely win this game. Even with Darren Waller out, we should definitely win this game.
What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, all good points. I think, you know, my synopsis would be that the Raiders just have to have a well-rounded game in order to win this Sunday. if Carr and the offense can do what they did against the Broncos, it has a pretty solid defense, right? I mean, and then at times they can put up a bunch of points. They blew out Dallas. They beat the Chargers, who the Chargers really aren't who we thought they were, but they beat the shit out of us. I don't know. It's got to be a well-rounded game. Carr's got to continue to do what he's been doing, minus turning the ball over, and O-line's got to protect him a lot better, right? We've been saying that. But we can do
wide receiver drops.
Yeah. Well, that was the week prior, the wide receivers dropping the ball. But my point is, Carr, I'm looking at some of the stats against the Broncos, and again, we win when we do this. Jacobs, Foster Moreau, Renfro, Jones, D. Jackson, Richard, touchdown. Richard got a touchdown. Oh no, Barber got a touchdown. Barber got a touch, right? Like he's spreading it out, and he's, Jacobs is running, Richard's running, he's using running backs as receivers. He's running the ball. Carr ran the ball for at least 1 or 2 first downs, if not 2 first downs, and he got damn close to it. But he was running the ball a little bit when shit was not right. They just got to continue to have a well-rounded game. That defense cannot take their foot off the pedal, because the last 2 games, right? Okay, those weren't the best teams in the world, but they weren't the most awful teams in the world either. These are teams that are at 500 or just above 500.
They're in the hunt.
The defense was actually stepping it up and making shit happen. What else?
They got to do a better game that Josh Jacobs ran over 100 yards.
Yeah, and then remember, he was kind of coming off an injury too a few weeks ago, so it's not that easy. Now, I will say that, yes, we need to score more points, right? But guess what? We're trending up. We're trending upward the last 2 weeks, right? We scored, I think, a couple more points than the previous week, and then so on and so forth. So we are trending in the right direction there. I think that this is going to be a true test to the Raiders, right? Carr, are you ready to lead this team? Every defense, are you ready to put the pressure on this fool? Stop the run. And O-line, I don't care what you do, you got to do it. You got to give this guy a little bit more protection. And I think we can do it. And then we'll move on and beat the shit out of the Chargers. And then we'll go ahead and try our luck in the postseason. How about that?
The only thing keeping out of the playoffs right now is the Chargers.
It's hard to not overlook the Colts, because I think they're going to be a tougher game. But man, if we beat the Colts, I cannot wait to see go into Vegas against the Chargers after that fucking Joey Bosa wants to talk all this bullshit on Carr. Bring it, dude. It's on. But we can't overlook the Colts. I think they're going to be a lot tougher game than the Chargers, but let's take care of business. And fortunately for us, we tend to play better against the top teams. Take away the Kansas City games where we looked horrible. You can say the Chargers beat the shit out of us, but they really just they got off to a fast start. We almost came back, right? You take away that horrible start, and we're right there. But what kills me, and I think I said on our group text, what kills me is that we're in this position because we lost to the bullshit fucking Bears and bullshit Giants and the Washington Redskins, right? Or the NFL football team, whatever bullshit you want to call them. But
all it's pretty much like those teams were eliminated from making the playoffs.
But we tend to step up when it's time to step up, and I'm excited about this game. I can't wait. I can't wait for this Sunday.
So we don't want to hear any excuses.
We got to come out and play, baby. Come out and play.
I just want to thank you guys. Again, rest in peace, Coach Madden. Hopefully y'all are safe. Hopefully you guys have had a good Christmas and Happy New Year's to everybody. And, man, things are getting crazy out there again, so just keep your head on a swivel, right? And we'll talk to you next week, hopefully with another win, right?
Right on.
All right, guys.
Raider Nation, baby.
SoCal Raider Report. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace out.